it's Miss A, got a lot to say on all the things we go through within the day. Politics, dating, recipes, traveling, and yep, of course, I'm the karaoke queen. I take no L's, I'm always booking flights. This is my lovely lunatic Leo life. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? This is my lovely lunatic Leo life. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? The one and only S.A. In this episode, I speak to brothers Anthony and Devin. They've gone through so much growing up, but they have such a zest for life. They're positive, they're hilarious, and we had a good time. We also talked about how to start a podcast. So make sure you stay tuned to the end because we got some good gems in there. And we also have some good life advice. So make sure you stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my lovely lunatic Leo life. This is the one and only Miss A, and I got some special guests for you today. Introducing, now y'all know I'm terrible with my introductions, so I'm still working on it, but whatever. We're going to have this great conversation. I got some special guests in the building. I got Devin and Anthony. Make some noise. Woo, 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 woo. Now, I'm so happy to bring them onto my show today. It initially started because they want to do a podcast. So I was like, you know what? Come onto my show. We can discuss how to do a podcast. And then eventually, hopefully, I could be on their podcast soon. So make sure you stay tuned. And whenever they're ready, I'm going to promote y'all. So
thank you.
Yes, there should be no reason why you don't start after this show today. Okay?
That's the plan.
But first, we are going to talk about growing up in certain circumstances and still having the zest of life. Now, you don't have to be a product of where you grew up or tough life or bad times and end up the way you grew up. You can always, it's easier said than done. It's not that simple. I know this. But certain things, it's just about how you look at life and how you appreciate life coming up. And, there's a lot of different things people go through. Some people go through more things than other people can handle. Others not as harsh of a life as others go through, if you understand. Because in my last 2 episodes, I did talk about suicides. I had suicidal thoughts at 14 and then again at 36 years old. You know what I mean? And I just feel like now life is starting to get better for me. And, so this is why I'm glad you guys are coming on today, because it kind of piggybacks off of that last episode that we talked about. So growing up, you guys grew up as siblings, but you guys didn't grow up with the rest of your siblings. Is that correct?
Basically, like we grew up together, but not together.
Not together.
Yeah.
So you guys still were like your family. You were living with family, but you guys didn't grow up in the same house. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's good. Now, why is it that you guys grew up separately?
Because Mama was a Rolling Stone.
Papa was too.
No, our parents they were outside and we were inside the house.
Yeah.
So as in like drugs?
Yeah,
they were drug addicts.
Like drugs and alcohol, all the good stuff.
The demons of drugs and alcohol, basically. So, thankfully we have a lot of people in our family and like immediate family. And they weren't we didn't have to get separated, so we're all living all across the country. We all were lucky enough to still be within the same city,
right.
But
so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
we
good.
seen each other, we seen each other, we knew each other. It wasn't that type of situation, but
okay, well that's good. The only thing, I grew up with both my parents. They were, they got divorced when I was early, and we stayed with my father. So every other weekend we went to go stay with my mother. So were there chances that you guys got to go see your parents, or did you go long times without seeing your parents?
Well, yeah. So we got to see our parents. Our mother, she picked us up. We went to the park, so we had fun with her, whatever, on the weekends and stuff like that. But we couldn't. She wasn't able to hold down. For stability. Okay. So she did see us and all that stuff, but she didn't.
Right. She came holidays. She was around. Christmas. She was always around. My birthdays. I remember her buying me a deflated football from one of my birthdays. But it was it's just at the time when of course when you're a kid you kind of don't really understand fully what's actually going on. But now being an adult, you look back at it, you be like, now that I know what you was dealing with, it makes it even that much more.
But, honestly, I think even when us, like, that's the thing about us, like, we knew what was going on. We didn't care. Like, we were like, as long as we see you, as long as we go into the park.
Right. We had a certain, like, understanding. Like, now, obviously, you have we have a deeper understanding. But, of course, like, one thing about my aunt who raised one of my aunts who raised me, she definitely was not shy about letting us know
what the deal
was. So it wasn't like one of those things where it was like, okay, we got to break the news. No, we always knew what was going on. But obviously when you get older and you're more mature, that's when you really get a full understanding of what's really going on.
So your family's always been close.
Yeah.
That's good. Because some people, like my family, we were close, but we're not like close. I always wanted to have more siblings. You guys have like what, 5 other brothers and sisters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And are you guys the youngest?
No. We have a younger sister.
Oh, you have a younger sister. Yeah. Wow.
But I'm the youngest boy. I like to throw that out there. I'm the baby boy.
You're the baby boy. All right. You the baby boy. Okay, so you guys did grow up together. Okay, so that's good. Now, both of your parents, how old were you when your parents passed?
Ooh, so my father, I want to say I was probably like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
I was really young.
Okay.
Oh, so I was like probably like 7 or 6.
Yeah. And
wow,
then my mom.
That age.
Yeah, I was really. I could even be wrong. I think it was that around that young.
Wow.
Maybe I was a little bit older, but I'm pretty sure it was
around that time. That's still young. I mean, either way.
And then my mom, she actually passed away the morning of my high school graduation.
Yes.
What?
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we knew, but he didn't know. So because that would have been like.
So you guys.
Why am I going to graduation? Right.
So my aunt, who was, like I said, who I was with, she was my guardian. She basically told them don't say nothing because this is his day. You don't want to ruin his moment. Like it's his high school graduation. So the whole day, I'm like, and it's funny looking back at it because I was like, everybody did seem just a little bit like something was wrong, like in that moment, but I couldn't. I'm just like, well, maybe they just excited because I'm graduating, And then that night, like after we went to dinner and everything, that's when she like on the ride home, she told me. And I didn't say nothing. All I did was cry. Like I ain't even know what to say.
What could you say?
Right.
Like that's.
But I give her props for.
Shout out to Cook, because
she had to be strong enough to do that.
Yeah,
that was her sister. Like my mother was her sister,
wow.
so trying to put up a front, have to hold your emotions, protect this little innocent being,
right,
and do all of that.
Wow,
she did it.
Yeah,
and everybody, and not just her, because everybody else who came, like my cousins, my brothers, they would like the people who also came to the graduation. They definitely held it together too.
Yeah, I give props to the whole family because that's.
And then he couldn't take he didn't have the camera, his laptop on the internet. Because, people are posting stuff that.
Damn, they had to do a lot.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
she turned the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't know, something going on with the internet. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, because if you know me, I was on the computer for probably like 24 hours a day if I could. I was like, just watching videos, playing games, researching, whatever. I was that kind of kid. So she knew, get that boy off that internet because he gonna find out, and this whole thing could go a different way.
Wow, that's heartbreaking, yo. I give props to your whole family for keeping it together for you, and that's love to do that and not ruin your day.
No, that's. Yeah.
That is, look, I'm a little speechless. Like I don't even know what to say. Yeah, quick on your feet. Like that's sad.
I wouldn't even either.
Wow. Okay, now how shit.
Right.
Well, of course, my condolences, and I haven't lost a parent yet, but I can't even imagine. I've lost my grandparents, so I don't have any more grandparents left, and that was hard for me, especially my mother's side. She lived in New York. My father's side lived in Ghana, so I didn't really know them that well. So when my grandmother, who passed away here, that shit hit hard. I was 19 about that time. But yeah, your family, they kept it together for you.
And it's not weird. It's just something like it's literally like when people say it's day by day, it's literally, because you get those days when you be like, wait a minute, I'm not okay today.
Wow.
This is a little bit of an off day. But then most of the time you'll be like, no, I'm all right. You don't get over it.
Yeah, you never get over it.
You learn to live with it, basically.
Wow.
For yourself,
you have to.
That's one thing about your past or like where you come from or anything. You gotta learn it and be like, okay, this is all right. I get it. Let me get up. Let me go. And let me keep going because technically, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. Besides go crazy, and you don't want that. So you gotta really try to get. I mean, you know, not just with death, but with other things. Sometimes people like to hide their pain. They don't want to discuss it. But that's like the worst thing you can do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to even just appreciate the pain and just feel it. Like,
right.
In order for,
like, you know, you want to be aware. You want to know why is this happening? Why am I feeling like this? And then be logical, like, okay, I get it. Like, don't just be like, oh, it's me, woe is me. Like, that never.
And that used to be me. I used to hold my feelings and try to ignore it. But then it's like, I hold on to shit.
Yeah.
Now that I'm letting shit go, it's like I can appreciate the pain and I let it go.
And you feel yourself growing.
Exactly.
And
That's
I always
growth.
say allow yourself to be a human. Like, nobody on this earth is Superman. Nobody, I don't care like how much money you got, what school. None of that matters. You're a human, and you bleed like I bleed. Right. So when you hurt, allow yourself to hurt. It's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing to be like to feel so like down on yourself about. We all go through life,
right?
Literally. So just allow yourself to be a human and allow yourself that time. And if that time it means you need 2 months. But pick yourself up. Don't live there. Yeah. Don't get comfortable there.
Right. No, that's
Give yourself that time, but also be nice to yourself and pick yourself up out of that.
And that used to be my problem. I used to like to dwell feeling sad. I don't know why. I don't know if that's abuse to myself, but I used to like to just be upset about certain dumb shit now that I think about it, you know, and that's not.
It brings me to a place. You ever like when you're sad, you want to play sad music and then you repeat the song.
Because you didn't cry. It didn't make you sad.
That's what I do. When you turn the lights off, like I like to sit in it, but it's okay. Like I feel like that's a part of the process. Like you should sit in it for a little bit. Sometimes when you're mopey, you don't feel like doing something. You don't do it.
It's
just
okay.
Don't do it. Just sit down.
Yeah.
You know?
But when you. Like I said, when you sitting there a little too long,
then
you ain't feeding yourself and you ain't washing down, we gotta have another conversation.
Right. That's when we all come together and we gotta sit down and talk to you like, listen, honey, I get it, but you gotta get it together. Now, sometimes even when you're going through your bad times and then something good happens, some people, they're like, is this real? Is this really, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's like you just gotta appreciate the good because if it's happening, it means you deserve it.
Right.
After everything you've been through, you deserve the good. And sometimes we just so used to getting bad shit happening to us that we don't know how to accept it, or we don't realize the good things happening.
Or you ever had this thought in your head where you feel like for instance, let's say you went to college and you graduate and you almost just feel like, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. So you don't even indulge in the positivity because in the back of your mind, you're like, well, I was supposed to do that. But in reality, to somebody, you might have been supposed to have done that, but it's not always easy, and some people don't always even have the luxury to even do it. Those who want to do it,
right?
So like you say, you gotta be proud of the good, allow yourself to feel the bad, and go from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are speaking some gems for some young bucks.
Not young bucks.
Y'all are in your 20s, right? You're young.
No, 30.
Oh, you're both in your 30s?
No, I'm 29.
Oh, all right. Oh, you about to be 30, okay?
But I just said you gotta live in it. Let me live in my 29.
All right, my bad. I'm about to be 40, so I want everyone to be old like me. So that's why.
No, I get that though, because when I be around people that's younger than me, I be like, you get on my nerves. You're so young and don't even understand, but you're living your life. And you don't even know what's going on. But I'm kind of jealous. Like I miss those days.
I don't even remember my 20s, honestly. Like
I had so much.
That means you was having a good time.
Yeah, I did have a great time in my 20s. I don't remember, especially my early 20s. Let me not even get started.
Yeah. The earlier, the more fun I had. Right. Literally.
Oh wow.
I would say most of my 20s was lit because of this one right here.
Ooh, tag team. So you guys, let us know what was going on. What was you doing?
Outside.
Oh, y'all was outside in your 20s?
It's like the funniest thing. So we 2 years apart, right?
Okay.
So before I could even step foot into a bar, a club, or even have a drink, he was already doing it. So by the time when I finally turned 21, he already had like an itinerary. We going here, we doing this, we drink this. I was just like, all right, I'm following what's going on.
Oh,
it was fun.
We had a house party at my house, and he came to the house party, So yeah, I don't know. Did you even drink yet? That's at the time.
I don't know, but I know you gave me my first drink when I was 19.
I was about to say.
Not to be promoting alcohol, guys.
Underage drinking.
Right, but
he
he took care of me, and he also yelled at me when I was acting up. He set my ass down at Chili's and got me together because I was acting up.
Mike, drink water.
Oh, keep drinking.
And I was cursing him out. I'm on the toilet, not throwing up, just over there because I feel like I'm about to throw. He's like, no, keep drinking. I'm cursing him out like, I don't want to drink no more water. Like, just going on. He's like, all right, but keep drinking that water. I was drinking it though.
He knew what he was talking about. He knew exactly what he was talking about. Oh, I love it.
You used to get up. You could drink till like 3 in the morning and get up at 7. Like, okay, I'm ready for work.
You know what? Everyone always talks about times like that, but I don't ever recall doing that. Like, I will call out of work because usually I still would have been drunk.
Even in your
even in my 20s, I don't remember. Like I said, I really don't remember. But I can't imagine me getting fucked up and still being drunk the next morning and going to work.
Oh no, you gotta do.
And then you turn around that next night and do it again.
Oh Lord, Jesus, am I showing how old I am? Because I don't remember none of that.
We're not saying that this is a good thing. This is just what was happening.
No, but I know so many people who say the same thing, and I'm like, well, why don't I remember that? I mean,
I wish I would have called out. I was maybe
right.
I would have called out. I know me.
But
me now, I call out because I got a headache.
Yeah.
Okay. 21, I was going to work hungover, barely any sleep.
Oh,
now I'll be like, is this I'm not going to work today.
I'll be feeling guilty to call out.
Right.
That person that's like, damn.
But then I also, but on the flip side, I'll be like, I got time. As long as I got time to take off.
Right. Exactly. So you're not thinking,
well, you got to use it before okay, I'm going to use it.
I'm definitely going to use it.
Thank you.
And you feel bad calling out?
Yeah, I be feeling like, nah, let me go. I got an obligation.
Is it because
I be thinking of the interview like I did say it.
I did say I was a good employee.
Interviews are lies. We only trying to get in the door. We don't tell them the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
What's the time frame? Like, okay, I had the interview 4 months ago. Like, no.
All right, no,
At least
I get
6
it.
months.
Yeah, I get that part.
But after you call out once,
even after a year, I'm still like, yeah.
Oh, you're a good employee.
Where you work at this point?
Right, like what? How good are they treating you?
Like,
they must be treating you really well. Because remember, they can dismiss you in a heartbeat. So that's how.
Now they know. Now they're gonna be like, oh, so he's never gonna go.
So
that's the part that's messed up.
Right.
What?
When they think that you're reliable.
Oh.
Right.
I
That's when
mean,
you start being
don't look at me.
You gotta switch up. Just start being unreliable. Like, see, I told you, you never know with me.
Reliability only lasts for so long.
For the first 6 months of working
there.
I'm reliable for 6 months. After that, I'm out.
And that's it. So you're a fitness trainer, right? Yeah. Is that what you do full time, or you have?
Oh no, so I work at a physical therapy clinic, and
okay.
I do physical personal training on the side.
Personal training, not
and
physical.
Hopefully, eventually, like if God will.
Knock on wood.
Amen. I can do personal training full time.
Okay. So were you always into fitness, or did COVID make you get into it?
No, I was since I was like 19, but I wasn't like before that. Of course, I wasn't. But I didn't want to be skinny. I didn't want to be skinny no more. So I was like, oh, let me try.
I'm gonna bulk up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was really like skinny now.
Oh.
And now he's Iron Man.
I mean, you're still slim, but you got muscles. I see it. You could wear what they say, the hoochie daddy shorts.
Hoochie daddy shorts.
Yeah, I see him legs.
Kind of got some more.
He said you can wear them anywhere.
And you could definitely wear. Both of y'all could wear hoochie daddy shorts. And now you, Devin, what you be doing? What's your job?
Child, I don't want to talk about my job. I'd rather talk about my interest.
Yeah, well, even better, because I know when I wrote to you, I said medical condition, but you said handicap. Is that rude for me to say medical condition?
No, it's not rude. It's just, it's not.
Like, I didn't know what to say or how to say it.
The thing about it is everybody gonna call it what they want to call it. If you ask me, I don't have none of that. But, I guess if you look at me, you might think so, but that's on you. But no, yeah, like, obviously I do have a disability. I prefer disability.
Disability, okay.
Yeah. I was born with it. I was diagnosed with it at 7 months.
What is it called?
It's called Neuroblastoma. It was a tumor on my spine.
Oh, that's what it was. Because I remember we were talking after I had my surgery. You were saying that they've done where they put the...
But that was for my ulcer.
Damn, and an ulcer too?
Yeah. Welcome to my life.
Sheesh.
But I'm good.
But you still living your best life, right?
That's what it's about.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Exactly. And this is why I want to bring them on, because it's like no matter what you go through, you just got to flip the script and live your best life, because you end up happy. You got people that's going to support you all the time. You are a designer too?
Yeah, I went to school for fashion design.
Oh, you went to school for fashion design. Oh, where? So what happened with that? You took a break or?
I took a long
hiatus.
But you know, like realistically, when I was in high school, going to college and figuring out what I wanted to do, it was definitely something that I was like headstrong interested in. Now it's kind of like I don't know if that's like I'm still interested in it. I still like doing it, but I don't know if that's like my passion. Mm-hmm. If I wanted to get back into it, I would. I really do though. I'm not gonna say like forget it altogether, but it's just like I'm a creative person, so like most of the time I'm creating myself. I'm expressing myself creatively through different means. Sometimes through like graphic design, fashion design, web design. Okay. It's always some type of like right now. My sister just called me because she's putting on a play for her church, and she wants me to help design the costumes.
Ooh, nice.
So I told her I would do that. So yeah.
So that means sewing and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know how to.
Well, whatever it is.
He makes whole outfits.
Yeah.
Because I have an African material that my father bought me from Ghana, and I need somebody to make me a romper and a dress.
It's always the African material.
I believe it because that's what everyone wants now.
It's
but
always.
Have you ever made anything with African material?
My sister, I made her and her daughter matching maxi dresses from one Mother's Day.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah. So you really can, like, if I gave you material, you really would sew it.
You gotta see his work. He has a page. It's really nice.
Every once in a while, I'll just randomly make something and just wear it, and then people be like,
I love that.
Oh, that's nice. I'll be like, they be like, where you get? I'm like, oh, I made this.
I love that. That's so dope. I wish I could make clothes, yo.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to sew. Like, even if I have a hole in my outfit, I'm gonna buy a whole nother outfit because I can't. I've done it, but it doesn't last long. So I'm embarrassed to say.
No, if it's your favorite piece of clothing, it got a hole in it, you gotta find a way to make it work.
I'll use safety pins.
Hey, that might be a thing.
Right. I use freaking safety pins.
This is how it goes.
They're not for making your pants fit anymore.
Right.
Safety pins are for designing.
But no, the problem is it's a jumpsuit and the hole is in the butt crack.
Well, that might be something you might have to sell.
I've been covering it up with dumbass shirts. Sure. Yeah, I did that, but
I do that for years. You're never gonna let that jumpsuit right?
That's how it goes. You got that one piece like, oh, you keep it, and then you be like, oh, I gotta fix that, but you never.
But you never fix. I don't even think I have thread and needle at my house.
I even have those clothing. I have a coat, the lining ripped, and every time I put it on, my hand goes in between the lining and the coat, and I be like, I gotta fix that, but I never do it.
Do you have a sewing machine?
Mm-hmm.
So what you waiting for?
Nothing.
Oh.
Opportunity.
When I really get tired of it,
that's when you do it.
Yeah.
Damn, no, seriously? So you know how to take measurements and all that?
She's like, I need to know.
No, because I need a romper. I have this material. My father just gave it to me last week. I'm like, yo, who am I going to get to sew this? I don't know nobody who can do it.
You do now.
I sure do. Okay. And I'm aware for the show, so y'all see how great of a job he did. And we can also, I could put your Instagram on there too, right?
Yeah.
On your design Instagram. Mm-hmm. And do you have a fitness Instagram too? Weren't you working on TikTok?
Which is my Instagram.
Oh, okay, that's your Instagram. Okay. I remember you said you were working on videos too for TikTok, like workout videos or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'm like, wait, videos for TikTok? For these kids?
Then he asked me to do that too. See, that's what I mean. Creative.
Very creative. He's very creative.
Nice.
Devin's like the go-to.
I think that's the thing. I think when you're an artist, that you can't really you don't want to be stuck to one specific type of art. You be like, I kind of want to take a break from this and go over here and do that. You know?
Yeah,
that's like me too.
That's true.
I'm not like an artist, like drawing or doing designing, but as far as talking, I love to speak on the mic. I love to entertain, like with karaoke.
Right.
I love that, and acting too. I do a little acting here and there, you know what I'm saying? I was in my first movie last year.
Okay.
I mean, it was a small role, but I got to smack somebody, and my role was the funniest of the whole theater. The theater, like, erupted.
Because of your stupid ass movement, my brother's somewhere holed up in the basement somewhere. If anything happens to him, I swear to God I'll kill you myself, you fake ass Ronnie DeVoe looking motherfucker.
They're like you about to.
Somebody, you know, give away.
And I feel like if you're in a movie and your part is smacking somebody, is that really a small role? That's a big role.
That's a big role.
That was a moment.
I gotta make sure I don't really hit you.
Oh, we practice.
But I gotta make it look real.
Yeah.
But then maybe I really want to smack you.
The first smack was the realest one, and they missed it. I was like,
And I'm about that action.
And the script.
yes. Ooh, and you know what? I got some for you too. One of my good friends, I interviewed her a couple weeks ago, Mo Brown Sugar. Check out episode
Hey, Mo.
9.
Goody Mo.
Yes, episode 8. I'm sorry. She actually has her own production company. So she's into entertainment. She's an actress, singer. She's a mentor. She manages artists. She mentors artists. So she has her own production company.
Nice.
And then a few web series also. And she's actually going through a court process with because they stole one of her show ideas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they stole one of her. Oh, shit, what's that? Fuck.
What you supposed to say?
I wasn't supposed to say that word. I'll edit that out. But yeah, and then in August, I'm also interviewing Aaron, and he is a movie producer. They had a movie that came out in 2018, and they're working on the next project. So I told him about you. Not too much. I just said I know an actor, and so I'm going to hook you up with his information too.
Cool.
Yeah. And look, you stick with me, kid. I got you.
And you said you only had what? Not you over here managing and podcasting.
All at once.
Okay.
All in one. See, I'm telling you, I got it. I got skills.
Phenomenal woman.
It's me. I am she. And you too, once you do my outfit, listen, it's over because I will come to you all the time for outfit. If I knew how to sew, I would definitely sew my own shit. Like, for real.
Sewing is actually the easiest part of the entire designing
Really?
process. Yeah.
Thinking
because
about
it's very do this, every coming up with a concept,
Right,
and
that's
measurements, and
difficult.
actually making like the patterns. That's the hard part.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
I mean, I ain't gonna because I don't. I don't really like sewing. Like but it's the easy. That's probably why I don't like it because it's just like but whatever. My point is,
We just gonna get those.
right. My point is when I went like learning it in school and realizing like, dang, once you get to the sewing part, you're like, that's it. You done did the hard part.
Wow.
Cause trust me, it goes from here to drawing it to pattern. Like it's the whole thing.
That's the part I would be stuck on, the creative part of the dress or the outfit. Like, how do I want it to look? Like, I could see things, but I can't put it on paper.
And sometimes a lot of it is like, and like a lot of it isn't even in the book. Sometimes you just gotta figure it out as you go. Which I feel like
That's
is any type of art.
Yeah.
You know, any type of art form is something like even like I feel like even like for someone who's a performing artist, it's like you can study it and learn it, but once you gotta actually put it into motion, you gotta find the way that works for you or works best.
Right.
So
Wow. And
This is true.
didn't you also work at a camp? You were a camp instructor?
yeah, so I went to the camp.
Okay.
And then I didn't never work there. I was a volunteer on day camp.
Oh, volunteer. Oh.
With this gentleman right
Both
here.
of you two?
Yeah, I was working there.
He was
I
working.
was a
there.
camp.
Not on the same camp though. Crazy.
What is it called? A day camper. And I was like 7 years old, and my aunt used to work there, and he was going there. So she was a counselor, I was a day camper, and he was going there.
So it's one camp, two separate camps. Like I was on overnight camp, which I was there for 2 weeks. He was there on day camp, which was he was there for the whole summer because my aunt worked for the whole summer. He was just on day camp, which in retrospect, the overnight camp was for the kids with the disabilities. Well, not just yeah. And then
then I worked with kids, like just kids from
the
the
regular
town.
little bad little rich kids.
In New Jersey, Camp Very Hard.
And
Was
then-
your brother working there too at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
He was working.
It
And
was a
while you were
family
there.
affair.
Yeah,
That's
we over
dope.
there.
That was a good
And
experience.
then,
months.
so the last time we were there was
About 2
the
months.
first time I volunteered. Technically, the next year I would have been working,
Okay.
but we never went back.
Yeah, it was
Regretfully,
You never went back. You said what?
regretfully we did.
Oh.
Because we think about it now, like
You should have went.
I should have went.
That's a dope
amazing
opportunity to meet new
Yeah.
people and from all over the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
How ungrateful were we?
Well, why didn't you want to go back? Was it because you didn't want to?
Because I was just like getting older. Like I was getting older. Like
Right.
it was taking up. Like we wanted to get back to our lives.
Right, I know.
I remember I used to go. He'll be there. I'll be there before he'll come there, and then he'll come, and then I'll be like, "Oh, can I leave when he leaves?"
Oh, but you had like another month and a half left after he left. Damn.
Right, literally.
I just leave
But it was
right
that last year, the year that I volunteered, and when he was on day camp, that was probably the funnest year
Wow.
because we was together the whole time.
That's good.
And they was used to me at that camp, so I was doing my own thing. My aunt was like she was like big deal if you want to say. So she was like, people knew me, they knew him, they knew
That's
her.
good.
It was like when they saw me, they were like, oh no, he good.
Oh, that's good. Oh, so y'all was like the head honchos in charge, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't say all that.
I mean, you don't have to. But you could.
No, you know what? You can say it. You can say
Right.
it. We won't say it.
We be humble.
No, but it was fun though. It was definitely
That's
an
good.
experience that I'm appreciative that I had the chance to have, and I wish I would have.
Stuck with it.
Yeah.
When you're young, you don't think about things. You just want to go home and just chill. But then later on, you appreciate the stuff we went through. I went to a camp. I don't know how I remember Camp Aldersgate. It was with the church, and it was for the summer. And I think it was 2 weeks. And I think I did it 2 or 3 summers in a row. And it was amazing. I had a great time. At first, I still remember, and I think I was like 11 years old. My brother and my parents dropped me off, and he was sad because I was leaving him, or they were leaving me there. But that was such a great experience. That's why I'm always for summer camps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to go away at first, but you meet so many different type of people. Yeah, so that's
exposure to a lot.
Not
It
just
does.
the people in your neighborhood. I'm
right.
talking
Exactly.
people from England, Australia,
Right.
like, everywhere.
Yeah, that's
It was
dope.
so good because even the music, we couldn't even get like hot
The
97.
radio, yeah.
the
So you
regular
listening to
station.
adult
So
types of stuff.
For months, you're like you listen to different music, and when you come back, you're like, oh, so who did what? What's
Right.
happening?
That's what's up.
It was cool, but
It helped me to appreciate nature more too. I feel like.
Yeah, because
Now I'm always
if somebody planned a camping trip right now, I'm going.
You go. I would do a camp. Well, I'd rather do glamping, but I still would go camping as long as I'm inside of a place. Like,
I
don't know.
I still need a little bit. Like I need some type of today, like
Safety.
modern cityness.
Yeah.
I need Wi-Fi basically.
no, it defeats the purpose.
Right.
Yo, one time me and my girls went to the Poconos, and it was like a little cabin. Not even no bathroom, no nothing. We had to go somewhere for the bathroom, and I just waited till the morning. But it was fun. I don't even think we made food and brought with us, but there was nothing to cook it, so we kept the food like on the heater and shit. But it was so much fun. We bought drinks. We had weed, food.
Maybe doing it is actually. I don't know. I just always be like.
If you have fun with your people, you're not gonna be worried about Wi-Fi.
Right.
I mean, well, obviously.
You play games.
Because
It's amazing.
that's really
that's
the bonding.
It would be fun.
That's what it is about.
But
But even like with hiking, all that stuff.
If the people boring, I'm gonna need some Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah. You can't go with boring people.
I don't have boring people.
Right, there you go.
This is true.
Camping or glamping. I'm a glamper, but I can go camping.
What is glamping?
That's glamorous camping. So usually, you thought so, right? Usually they might have like a nice tent, but the inside is hooked up to the T. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like sleeping in a sleeping bag outside, I did that when I was at that church camp. I probably would never do it again because the whole night, all I was thinking about was snakes. Mind you, there was no snakes. I didn't see one snake, but all I kept thinking about was a snake coming into my sleeping bag, and I could not sleep the whole night. But it was cool to be outside, you know what I'm saying? So I may or may not. I mean, I'm definitely going to do it. I would definitely camp. Camp will be fun.
As long as you're with the right people and you got the right equipment.
Right. And I know if I go with my people, I know we're going to have a great time. So I'm not even worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about like bears and wolves and shit.
And I think it's really just getting away from social media.
Yeah, you need that too
It's the most
sometimes.
depressing place in the world
with
today.
Nature is really, I feel like it's a part of us, of course, but we're supposed to be, I think, outside. We're not supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's why fresh air is outside.
I've been hearing a lot about me being in nature too, because I don't know if you know, but since I did I'm still on my spiritual journey. So I did the Yahweh retreat back in March. which is that's episode 5, y'all. Y'all check that episode out. But ever since then, I've been getting called to be outside more but I haven't done it because I'm like, I hate bugs and stuff like that. But
put your feet in the ground.
On the ground, yes. They said ground. That's why I've been hearing that so much.
Yeah.
So much. So it's like, I need to do it. I need to do it. I got to stop being scared of, I don't know what I'm scared of. I think of people spitting and dog shitting. So that's what I keep thinking about. But I do need to get more nature.
Some hand sanitizer.
Right. There's no
everywhere
excuse. There's no excuse. You're absolutely right.
And Lysol. There's nothing wrong with bringing Lysol.
I'm bringing all this stuff just to go outside?
Yes. Oh, well, you need it.
Right. Right. You're right.
We said we want to go see nature. We ain't trying to become one with nature. He
is.
But I'm going with you, Devin. I'm gonna go with you first.
Right.
We go with him later.
Right.
He on like level.
I go first.
You're right. We're not on that level yet. Not yet.
He gonna be keeping us out of the house. I'm gonna be hungry, tired, sleepy. He gonna be like, no, we can sleep right here. We just build a fire. I'm like,
he said build a fire.
No, we have electricity. And they
Watch your man smile. I got it.
Yeah, well, as long as you know how to start the campfire, then that's all we need. Because I don't know how to start a campfire. So now, growing up, we talked about your disability. Mm-hmm. We talked about you being scrawny and skinny. Mm-hmm. And I remember a while ago you said that you were bullied growing up too.
Oh yes, I used to get, but that didn't really make me want to work out. It was all because I just didn't like who I was and I changed. But yeah, I used to get bullied in school. And funny story, this kid, he was bullied. I don't know why he was bullying me. He was bullying me. I was a new kid. I was a new kid. So you know how that goes. Everybody has their cliques and everything like that. And every day he used to bully me. Every day. I was so tired of it. So one day I just snapped. Like I was a real quiet kid compared to me now. I'm like talking to him and everything, but I was really shy and stuff. And one day I just snapped and I started cracking on him. These jokes that I said are not, thinking about it now, I'm like, they were not funny. I don't know why people thought it was so funny, but that's started a whole thing. Like, I started cracking on him, he stopped bullying me, and then then I was this funny kid, and then we had this crack battle. And he, like, me and him had to face each other. So during, like, school and stuff like that, I used to, like, crack on him. And then he came up to me one day, like, yo, can you give me some jokes for the crack battle?
What?
Not the bullying.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, because I was. So I actually helped him. What? I was like, you could say your mother's so fat, and I'm like thinking of what's funny.
Not your mama joke.
And we had the crack battle, and he said the jokes, but they didn't land. I guess it was
had Anthony charm.
Right. You got to say it a certain way. It's not just you can't just say it. You got to You got to put some oomph into it. Okay, so that's how you. So what grade was that in? About
second? No, probably like third or. Cause second I was a bad kid already, so I think I changed up.
You said you were the bad kid already?
Yeah, I was pretty bad in school. Once I became a class clown, like once I did the whole class clown,
that's it.
I was gonna ask, is it because you were bullied and you didn't want no one to come at you, so that's why you kind of switched to be a bad kid, or
my family's funny? I think I just was not. I think I had to overcome something. Yeah, I think somebody brought me out of it by antagonizing.
Well, shout out to that kid.
Right, look at it.
Thank you, sucker.
But bullying is not.
Where's he at now? Do you see him on social media?
I don't see
He
nobody.
probably stealing somebody's
He's probably
jokes.
corny as hell.
Stealing somebody's jokes.
Stealing somebody's jokes.
Right.
Because I used to be bullied in elementary school, but once I got, and then that was mainly because I was like one of the 3 black people in my whole elementary school. You know what I'm saying? So I was called corroded. I didn't even know what corroded was. I was in 1st grade.
Jeez, these kids
man, I remember what he looked like and everything. Like, I ain't forget.
He was corroded.
You never forget the bullies.
No, he was Philippine on top of that. Like,
He was.
He was very mean.
Yeah.
Very.
I was like, how dare you? And I still remember to this day, but I was bullied a lot, and at first I hated it, and I hated being the black girl. I used to want to call myself Tiffany. I will never tell this again out loud. Like, I had a complex about being black. I used to wish I was white and all this shit growing up in a white neighborhood. It was mainly white, Spanish, Indian, and Philippine. So
that's probably what it was. You was probably surrounded by other than black.
Yes, because I swear I don't remember.
People don't talk about that. Like, I can see that if you're like living a bunch of white people, that you want to be like, you're like when camp, when me being as a day camp, but seeing like they had things that I'd never been happy for. Right. I was like that outcast, but I didn't, of course, like.
You didn't say you wanted to be white. I remember I had just joined a cheerleading squad, and I don't remember how old I was. I think I was like 12. And they called my parents, or someone called my house, and somebody said that I said that I wanted to paint my black ass white. So I don't know, it was some big drama. I got kicked off the cheerleading squad, everything, and I never said nothing. So I was like, I don't know if that was the first time of me feeling like, I don't know. I remember I just felt so defeated.
That seems like you.
I don't even. It does seem like a cry. Like it was somebody whoever said that rumor about me. Like there's something wrong with that person. You know what I'm saying? Because I was only like 11 or 12.
A suburban neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Bergenfield.
Yeah, they could get very like.
They don't understand.
They
our cries for help.
They don't.
No, but they can get very vicious. Like they probably did that just to kick off.
Yeah. To get me off. Yeah, I've been through so much. And the funny thing is now. Like once I went to middle school, I was in sports and stuff. So now I had friends I was in sports with softball, basketball, and soccer. So now I was getting a little popular. By the time I was in high school, everybody knew me. I was the funny person too, you know. I wasn't bad, but I was just like the funny one. And like I was always everyone's friend. You know, I was dancing in the cafeteria. I was just doing crazy shit all the time. And
The Leo power.
Yeah, exactly. I came into my Leo power, but I still wasn't 100% like comfortable of who I was. It wasn't actually till I went to Norfolk State, HBCU, that I finally appreciated being the black girl. You know what I'm saying? And then,
of course,
you know,
but that's makes sense.
That's when I'm like, oh my God, these people are finding me attractive. I used to like the white boys in school. They never liked me. I mean, I had a boyfriend who was Dominican. That was my first boyfriend as a senior. But when I went to college, it was like the black guys were loving me. They loved the way I spoke. And I always thought I spoke white, but they were country boys, so they loved the way I spoke. Then I started telling people I'm from Africa, so that was another thing that they loved. But then, if I knew how to braid hair, honey, I would have been making money. But I didn't know how to braid hair, none of that.
Black owned business.
Right, in college. But I did go through a lot growing up, and it wasn't until I was probably in my 20s that I started really appreciating who Adrian was. And then in my 30s is when I really started to love who I am. And now I'm about to be 40, and you can't tell me shit now. Like, you cannot tell. And some people don't realize that it takes time
to turn into that.
To turn into this person. Some people used to call me conceited, but I'm like, you don't know what it took for me to get here.
Right.
You might think I'm conceited because you might not look at yourself a certain way, the same way I look at myself. You know what I'm saying? And just because I'm praising myself or bigging up myself doesn't mean I'm looking at anybody less than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still me. I still want you to be you, but I'm just proud of where I came from when I was younger. I used to want to kill myself again. I thought I was too black. I thought I was too ugly. Now look at me.
And ironically, I feel like every child, I don't care what background you come from, because kids are mean.
Yeah.
So I feel like every child goes through this phase where they just don't think they're good enough. Yeah. You know? And it just seems like, but you love, some kids hide it well, other kids don't. You know, that it is what it is. Me, my bullying experience is a little bit different. I was never bullied because I always had this fear, like, not fear, but I always had this thought in my mind, like, of course they're gonna pick on me. I'm short, I'm skinny, I got a disability, I'm an easy target. I remember one of my brothers telling me, like, no, if you ever, because I was going to high school, it was like after my 8th grade graduation, he was like, if somebody ever say anything to you, do anything, you better tell me. Like, and so I'm like, ain't nobody gonna bully me. So when I got to high school, I set the tone for how them kids was gonna treat me.
Wow, that's what's up.
I was like, nope. I was loud. I talked a lot. Like Anthony said, was funny. I had a lot. Like I got along with everybody, but I refused because I was just like, I had that fear. Like I don't want to be bullied. Right. So almost to the point where they kind of called me a bully.
That's so ironic. Like, I swear I had that question for you. I swear.
Like I didn't think I was a bully. I mean.
Sometimes you gotta beat people.
But I guess it's because I built up this really like
thick shell.
Yeah, because of the fear of being bullied. Right. So even that, like, if you really think about it, even without actually being bullied, the fact that you have this, like, for me personally, having this fear of it even happening, is something that they need, like, something to really think about. I don't necessarily think I was bullying because I never beat nobody up. I mean,
did you make fun of people?
I mean, I've done that, but I got made fun of, you know. So it was fair game.
Wow.
If you wanted to laugh at the way I walk, well, I'm gonna laugh at the way you look.
Wow, that's interesting. So you weren't really bullied. You flipped the script. You took control of it before they can bully you.
Basically.
That's smart. And that takes a lot of guts.
Yeah,
That's
power.
Yeah, that's very powerful right there.
I've always like walked through, still had that thought in the back of my mind, but it was just like.
But you didn't wear it on your sleeve. Nobody
get
knew that.
through these 4 years.
Yeah.
How we gonna do this? We gonna be crying it all the way through.
Right.
We gonna be tough all the way through. What we gonna do? And I guess that was the role I took.
That's good. You a strong brother, my brother.
Yeah,
So Anthony, now you in acting, when did you always know you wanted to be an actor? Like, how did that come about?
I did this play one time in my church, and since I was always shy and always anxiety out behind, so I did the play in the church, and I wasn't nervous. Like we were doing the play, and I was watching me like, oh wow, you like this? You're not even, what's the name? And I was like, then I was telling myself like, you should probably be an actor. Then if this is comfortable, then this is where it's at. And then we was a part where we were sitting at this table, and they forgot their lines, and I just started ad-libbing like to keep the pace going. And I'm like what, 13? Didn't know nothing about ad-libbing or acting. I'm just trying to make sure everything go well. We don't look crazy. But yeah, so once I started doing that, then I really went, and I went to this school in New York, and I worked in New York, and then
Oh, so you went to school too?
Yeah, to be
Nice. I did drama classes in high school, and then I took a theater class for the first semester of college, or second semester, but that was it. But I always thought I wanted to be an actress. Like, the only thing was plays wasn't my thing. And when I was in theater in college in Norfolk State, that's all we did was fucking plays.
But now I feel like they are, because I like that live experience. Like
you do?
Yeah.
See, it's
a different feeling, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling. And learning lines, too, for me, seemed like so difficult. How do you manage that?
Oh, no, it was difficult. But once you get my thing was once you get the lines, then you can have fun. Because you can play with the emotion. It's like so much fun. I hate it. I didn't hate learning lines, but let it be something good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the two words and then you just having a little general conversation. Like, okay.
Right.
Let me feel.
I do want to take some acting classes.
You should. I think you should take those classes when you're young. Like, I learned so much at Mackie Finnegan. Like, you learn about your body, your voice. You learn about your emotions, how, like, where you're coming from. Like, you learn so much about yourself. It's amazing. Like, I think you should do that as a kid. That way you could have that ownership, and you could come into the world and go to school and be like, no, I'm not tolerating that, and do it calmly, like,
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
That's probably why so many actors fall in love with the
craft.
It's some of the great actors that we all know. It's kind of like that's probably why you're so good at it, because it wasn't about I just want to be a movie star. It was something else.
Right.
Yeah, don't let you have gone through some things. Because once you have that empathy, I think that's the thing about our past that I really am happy about, or me being gay, is where though you have this sort of or dark-skinned. You have this thing that people don't accept like that, and you have to get in touch with yourself and be you have to be kind to yourself, and so this empathy comes, and you can relate to somebody else that don't have something that I know how that feels because I don't have this. So you're able to see when they're emotional about it or when they're going through it, and you can feel it. Yeah. So when you have a script and it's like, oh, this lady dies or you lost this, you can feel how that feels, and you can play it because you know it so well, even though it's not you, but you feel it.
Wow,
that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Have you been in any movies or plays or TV shows?
I wish I would. Yes, I have been in many movies.
Right, there's one coming out this weekend.
And it's coming out next Friday. Make sure you guys check it out.
Well, soon. Hello.
I've been in a little bit plays, but no, not. I think once after school happened, that's when it was like, oh, okay. I like this part.
But you definitely would stick with it.
Myself. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it again, but not in serious, just for fun.
For fun.
Because it should be like.
And that'll be when you become Denzel Washington.
That was just thinking that. That's
Will
dope.
Smith, without slapping anybody.
No, with the slap.
With the slap. Look where it got me. Remember?
Right.
Okay. You can slap him up.
You can't. But don't let go of the slap.
No. That is included in Will's package.
Shout out to Will Smith.
For real.
Let me stop. I mean, do y'all think that was real, or do you think that was staged?
I'm not about to get on into my Illuminati.
Okay, yeah, let's not.
How much we got?
Never mind, forget it.
But I agree if if that really happened and that was it right there. Yes, that happens every day in our world. Mm-hmm. Somebody says something out of their mouths, you get slapped, and you move on. I think the next day I had the issue because it wasn't moving on fast enough.
No,
they
were not
talking about it like it just happened.
They would not shut up.
It was like then it was like the Oscars did this. This happened. He's banned from this. They took his. I'm like. Over a slap because somebody was talking about his wife.
I think they even had first time seeing Chris Rock after.
Oh my God!
Like 2 days
they
later.
Made
that was a clear example of some. Okay, obviously it wasn't small, but like it spiraled out of control. Obviously, we see it every day with celebrities. Like one little thing, and it's like people pulling out of this endorsements and all of that. But it was happening in like real time within like 48 hours, and it was like crazy.
Meanwhile, this whole as that's going on, abortion in Texas is being
being legalized.
I mean, it's always
a distraction.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Shout out to social media.
Hey, let's get focused again. Remember Corona? How many people?
Because what happened
Lord
to Corona?
Jesus.
Right.
I don't know. Just as fast as it came, it's as fast as it's gone.
It's crazy. This world is so crazy.
I gave up hope in this world, but. Aside from this screwed up world that we live in, I just want to give you guys props for, everything you've been through and that you guys are such a close family unit, and I love that your family is close, and you guys are so supportive of each other. Me and my brother had issues growing up. Me and my brother were close growing up, but somehow we kind of grew apart. Mm. So now we've been working on it. Me and him, when I say we beef, we really fight. So when we were in Ghana in 2020, my family in Ghana was not letting me and him leave there without talking.
Wow.
They really, my oldest cousin, she sat us down. She's like, we're not leaving until you guys talk it out. So that's what helped me and my brother work in our relationship. So I just love, it's inspiring to see you guys and your family so close. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong.
I
It's
know.
7 of us. That's a lot of personality.
I know.
We all act alike. So if you think my personality is big, this times 7.
I believe
what I
it.
mean? So we definitely go at it. We definitely have our little fight
Naturally, of
and
course.
everything. But it's like, would I trade anything in this world for my siblings? Absolutely not. I don't need friends when my mother gave birth to my friends. I think that's it. I say that all the time. She has 7 kids for a reason. She's like, y'all don't need nobody but each other.
That's what's up.
She never said it, but that's how I feel.
It works out like that.
I always said that if I got married, I would have 10 kids, but I'm about to be 40, so.
Because let me tell you, too, when you get into a relationship with somebody that's the only child,
oh, hell no.
it's so hard to get through. Sometimes, when you grow up in a house full of kids, you kind of you're used to sharing whatever. You're used to being able to adjust. But when you're you had everything your way and nothing against the only children.
Right.
But it's a certain dynamic that you have to have when you have a house full of kids and then when you're just you and your parents.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Damn. And I have some good friends who are only child, and they're spoiled.
Oh, and they act like I only child syndrome. I don't have that. I'm like, see how you just say you can't even admit it.
Right. I've seen it. I've definitely seen it.
It's okay though.
So if there's anything you guys want to promote, any website, Instagram, I'm gonna post it anyway on YouTube so we can talk.
Our podcast is coming out.
Yes.
So amazing.
Yes.
Especially with our energy.
I'm glad you guys brought it up because this is what's next on my list, starting a podcast. So I want to give you guys some tips on starting a podcast. Now, a lot of people always feel like they need so many things and need to spend so much money on equipment. And basically, just to start a podcast, here's a few tips that'll help you. Number 1, it's best to choose podcast topics before you go. At least if you have 10 topics in advance. You don't even have to have a title. Just you know what you're going to talk about for the next 10 shows. Okay. That's a start, right? After that, you're going to choose a podcast name. And that's very important because you want something that's catchy. You want people, because if you need something different. Like MyLovelyLunaticLeoLife, my best friend helped me come up with that. It took me 2 weeks on my own to come up with something, and we chopped and screwed it, and we came up with MyLovelyLunaticLeoLife. It is a tongue twister. So I might have done it, overdid it a little bit, because people be like, what? But Alexa will play it for you, so you can ask Alexa about MyLovelyLunaticLeoLife podcast. And y'all can get on Alexa too, because if you join a hosting service. Like I joined Podbean. I think it was like $108 for the year. They give you an RSS feed, and that's basically just a title or like a link. So that way, if you want to put it on Apple or Pandora or Spotify, it's easier for you to do it rather than putting it on yourself. I don't think you can put it on yourself. So get a podcast host service, and I can help you guys with that. So that way you can put it on all platforms. Right now, I'm on 9 different platforms and YouTube. You know, so that's a easier way for you.
Drawing more viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
Heard.
Another thing is a format. If you guys want to do interviews or if you want to just do it, just you guys talking. My first season of my podcast was basically just me. It wasn't even structured. It was really crappy, actually. I would be drinking and smoking, butt-ass naked on my couch, like, I feel like talking today. Let me just pull out my phone.
That sounds like a vibe.
It was real, but it wasn't really structured. Like, I'll just be talking and I'll be like, I didn't take it too serious. Now I'm in a place which I do suggest getting a setting because you don't want to get too comfortable when you're doing it. Like I was comfortable at home. You know what I mean? Right. You could tell a big difference from my first season to this season.
With having a different setting.
Just because I have a different setting. And I'm not butt-ass naked on my couch drinking and smoking. So that also helps too. And then also a podcast cover is important too. That's basically what people are going to see when they go to Apple or Spotify. It's your artwork. And it has to be a certain dimension. I believe 1400 by 1400 pixels and by 3000 or something like that. But again, like I said, I'll help you guys when that comes. Now, as far as equipment, the most important equipment you really need is a microphone. And you could get a microphone for like $80, a good microphone for $80. You can use podcasts on your phone. You can do it on a laptop and just connect your microphone to it. And that's it, really. Like, it's simple. It's really simple.
How do you promote? How do you usually do your promotion?
Now,
it's the notes for me.
The
notebook is the real tip.
It's the real deal. I used to use my phone, but I'm like, no, I like the notebook. Yeah. Now, to promote it, I'm still working on mastering the promotion part. But again, getting business cards is a good way to go. Even building a website, which I'm working on my website now. Hopefully it'll be out by the middle of July. And then there's ways to, passing out your business card, promoting on social media. And there's also ways to make money, which I haven't started yet, but I'm working on that now. For that, you get advertisements or sponsorships. So basically, your local store bodega be like, I'll promote the store like every half hour or something like that per show. And they'll pay you like $50 per advertisement or $100 per advertisement. So it's just about going, but most people want to see how many listeners you have. So sometimes it's difficult when you're starting out because you're not going to have so many people and they're going to be like, well, why should I let you promote me and no one's listening? Right, exactly. So it's just, you got to work on your, building your followers, and then you could work on the sponsorship and advertisement. So that's what I'm working on now. And even once I get my website up and running, I can get sponsorship and advertisements for the website. Right. You know what I mean? And so that can even help me pay for the studio time, you know?
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. It's definitely a cycle. And it's really easy. People think they need so much work or so many things to be able to start a podcast. But as long as you got the drive for it and the motivation and the microphone, you're all set. It's easy.
I think we all set.
Yeah.
So we got the microphone.
We got the
you got that already?
2 of them.
Okay. So what?
It's the next step. That's the problem.
Well, now necessarily you don't necessarily need a studio. You know what I mean? As long as I would just say don't sit on the couch with a blunt right next to you. Sit at a table or something.
Okay.
With the blunt next to you, if that's what you want to do.
But don't be sleep
don't be doing what I was doing. You at least, just so at first, so when you're starting off, once you get comfortable, then you can do however you want to do it. But just starting off, this will get you in the right state of mind to get your podcast going in. That's pretty much it. It's real simple. Y'all have any questions?
Maybe we could do it over food.
He said he's so hungry.
Like I'm just talking out my head.
Cause I really feel like y'all podcast would be so entertaining. It would be so entertaining.
A lot of people that either meet us or know us, it's like, no, y'all should. It's like, but the weirdest thing, when it's just us, we're like, well, what are we gonna do? But it comes like in conversation. It comes naturally, and we know this. Right. Like we obviously know it. We realize it. But it'd be like, okay, now that we gotta put it down and be professional,
right?
Then you wanna get a little stage fright. And like I don't know what's going on. Stage fright. Like we don't know each other. We tried to record one episode like a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago, and then like we did the whole episode, went back and like listened to it. We was like. This not the real episode. Like it really felt like we were strangers. Hi guys, not brothers that know each other our whole life.
What were you talking about? Was there a specific
pop culture?
But we weren't comfortable. We weren't. We
but the problem might be like what you just said, because we were like in my room.
See, yeah, that. But you know, also. Nobody's first podcast is going to be great. Yeah. So it might take you 5 times before you get it right or feel more comfortable, even if you guys are together. I know when I first started radio, not even podcast, the radio, I had like a 2-minute segment with weather and entertainment news. My first time on air, I ran through that shit in 30 seconds. I was drenched in sweat by the time I finished. And we were drinking too. So it was like, it took me at least 5 times or 10 times before I realized how to get it together. And very, very important is to listen to your show afterwards. I was too embarrassed to listen. I didn't listen to myself for like 2 years.
Really?
Wow. I hated it. Well, I was on someone else's show, so I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't my show, but I ended up being a co-host, and we were just always getting fucked up, drinking and smoking in the studio, and I was like, you know what?
It wasn't really.
Once I finally listened to it, I was like, okay, no more drinking, no more smoking before the show. But it took me 2 years. Well, it took me a long time to get my shit together. I don't know what year
me and Anthony on, child.
Right. But it's coming, though. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's definitely something that we want to do. It's definitely something that I believe we would be great at doing.
This is the start, right?
And that's what we said.
That's the start.
That was by coming here, being on your podcast, getting this experience. I feel like I'm walking away with more... within this 2 hours that we were together, then
not even 2 hours, and y'all are comfortable. You guys seem so comfortable on it too. Y'all had good conversation. It's been a good conversation.
Because we talk too much.
Well, that's what you need to be on a podcast. You need to be talkative. Okay. So, and then also try to make sure the guests you bring on the show are not whack, but boring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I've been unprepared sometimes where I didn't have enough questions and they weren't really. You know, like it was
nothing
just,
to feed off of.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another thing. Just make sure you choose your guests wisely. And that's pretty much all that I have on my Lovely Lunatic Leo Life podcast. I do want to let y'all know next week's episode, I'm having Natasha White. She's a health and wellness coach. Yes. And then after that, I got my nude beach crew. Yes, guys, I do go to the nude beach. So they coming up here. We're going to discuss it. No. Definitely not.
I'm gonna say, I don't think you can put that on YouTube.
I can blur it out. I can blur out everything. You know what I'm saying? Censorship does matter on my new editing because I edit my videos. But we're going to talk about, like, it's actually like a whole community, the nude beach. You know, like they be having parties on the beach. And it's not always like something sexual. I mean, you might get recruited by swingers here or there. You know, I ain't got nothing to say. Whatever happens at the beach. You know what I'm saying? So they're coming up soon. Then
are they older?
No, they're about my age. I probably might be the oldest one out of them. I actually met them through my friend. No, we could talk about it. Well, I mean, it don't matter. I met them through my friend, and they went to New Beach. Now, ironically, I've never gone to New Beach with them, but I've been part of their crew for it's a group chat for 2 years. The first year, when I was gonna go, it was so much traffic, so we ended up going to one of the girls' house. She had a pool, and we were just nude at the pool. You know what I'm saying? Then last year, I had a boyfriend or whatever, so he wasn't down for that shit.
No nude activities.
He was like, "You are not going." Right? Exactly. This year, I am free. I'm going to the new beach. I got a new body, so I would definitely be up. I would definitely be up in the new beach. And then actually, July 23rd is my birthday. And I'm going to Zanzibar, Tanzania for my solo birthday trip. And I'm going to broadcast live from there. So July 23rd, make sure. I'm going to keep you guys posted on the time. Definitely. It's 7 hours ahead of New York. So I'm not sure exactly what time I'm going to promote it or post it here. But I'm so looking forward to my 40th trip. And I'm so happy about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm just... I'm going to go scuba diving, swim with dolphins in the ocean, not a facility with turtles. Like, I just love to do shit like that.
So you go to a new beach, swim with dolphins.
And maybe shark whales, hopefully, if they're there.
And you afraid to go camping? Right, I was going somewhere.
Well, let me not act like I'm brave. I'm scared as shit to go scuba diving. I've never done that before in my life. I have gone snorkeling in Thailand, but scuba diving where they go deep down with the tanks, I never did that. So I'm shook. But I'm trying not to think of stuff like that. I'm trying not to think of sharks. I'm trying not to think of the drowning.
I'm more afraid of drowning than I am of a shark.
That makes sense. Drowning does not seem like fun.
Listen, yeah, you don't get out.
Yeah, like you feel yourself dying. Like
I almost drowned one time at camp, and it was
that's traumatizing.
I almost took one of the counselors with me.
Oh shit!
Like if I was going, me and him was me and Jesus together.
Oh Lord and Jesus!
Oh, he my bodyguard.
He wanted to come too.
He made sure I got here safe.
That's a
but he wanted to make sure I was safe in that pool. Ask him why I'm here.
Oh shit! Well, thank God nothing happened to you. Jeez, but I can understand. I can understand.
Trust me when I tell you I was saving my own life.
You was
nothing was gonna happen. I was determined not to drown.
You're your own hero.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, give it up for Anthony and Devin. Thank y'all again so much for coming on my show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Y'all are always welcome back anytime. And of course, I am expecting to be a guest on your show too.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
We gotta pay it forward.
Yes, pay it forward. Help the next people. Whoever wants to know how to do a podcast, you let them know too. And Anthony, I got you. I'm gonna hook you up with my girl Mo Brown Sugar and Aaron. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you right. All right, y'all. Thank you again for watching My Lovely Lunatic Leo Life. Remember, I'm also on YouTube. I'm on Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Alexa.
You name it.
You name it. I'm on it.
Now everybody Alexa gonna be going off.
Yeah.
Keep saying
Alexa, play My Lovely Lunatic Leo Life podcast. Playing Alexa, or whatever. All right, y'all. Peace. Thank you. We out. Woo woo. That was fun. You guys were comfortable too. I love it. The funny thing is I forgot to record it with this shit right here.
What that mean?
Not a damn thing as long as I don't lose this video right here. Save the video. Oh shit.
Hashtag save the video.